Hey everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA. Living in my car for 16 months now. And I was thinking, there's all these rent strikes going on now. Millions of people are interested in them. They're happening all over, at least America and Canada, and I don't even know about other countries. They're happening in DC. I read that Stomp Out Slumlords page on Twitter saying how they're having successful rent strikes there. There are ones happening here in California. I know of people who are doing them. I know people are doing them in other places. For instance, a landlord emailed like hundreds of tenants in their buildings, but they didn't blind carbon copy everybody. So all the tenants saw each other's emails and they used that to organize a rent strike. And I was thinking, this must be really tough for bootlickers and landlords. Now, what's a bootlicker? Bootlicker is someone who debases themselves. They have no dignity. They have no shame. And so it doesn't bother them in the least to get down on their hands and knees or even just lie down on the ground like a snake and lick the boots clean of rich people. Please, landlord, please tell me you're pleased by my boot licking. Did I lick your boots clean? Because a lot of you think that if you lick the boots of rich people and landlords, that you'll become rich and that somehow their success will be your success. You're so elated. You were taught to associate licking the boots of others with your own success that you can't understand why someone also wouldn't be excited that a landlord somewhere is making money off someone else's work and income. And a lot of you are just rage crying about it. Oh my goodness, it is so sad. It's like, no, they wouldn't dare not pay landlords. They wouldn't dare do that. We are gentlemen. We would not lose our money. Even though you're not getting paid. You're the people who rich people expect to keep licking their boots in order to give them a nice polish so that everyone looks at their boots and think, wow, those are clean boots. They must really earn that. They must work hard for it. But no, really rich people who have contempt for you rely on you to lick their boots clean so that you will support poor people being made even more poor. People who need to work 2-3 jobs just to pay their bills and now are risking serious infection and death by working. Even though landlords are getting free money. Bootlickers complain about, why does a poor person need a handout? And by the way, for a lot of you, when you're talking poor people, that's code for black people. You fucking racists. Like, you look at who's being affected by coronavirus, it's disproportionately poor people and black people. In Louisiana, they make there's 70% of the deaths from coronavirus are black people. Yet black people make up like a third of the state's population. How does that work? Well, a lot of you people want to ignore the fact that there's systematic racism that's been screwing over black people for hundreds of years in this country, and now those factors are exacerbated when you make people go to work, when they cannot socially isolate, they don't have, the systems in place to support them, they don't have income coming in if they aren't able to go to their job, they have to travel farther to the grocery store, they don't have good public transportation, they have to rely on they can't get their own homes. Basically, they have to keep paying rent. A lot of you people you're showing your asses. You cannot fucking stand poor people around you, and basically anyone who isn't white. A lot of people just they've been screwed over for so long. No. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bootlickers and landlords? You think if you keep licking boots like, oh my goodness, it's gonna make me rich too. How can Angelo stand it if someone's not making money? Don't you think that's like you not making money? I don't associate my dignity and my self-worth with that of a landlord. Someone who takes money for doing nothing. You do nothing, you get money as a landlord. Something needs to be fixed, you might fix it, you might not, but you know you have a ton of leverage in that case. You can just harass the person and sue them for eviction if you want them gone. Most people won't fight it. You know that you can try and find the smallest violation to evict people on. There were slumlords in DC, it was reported, they would evict people for walking their dog on the apartment premises without a leash. One landlord evicted a woman because her son killed himself in her apartment. And because he used a gun to do it, she evicted him for the discharge of a firearm in the apartment. So a woman who lost her son. But that's what landlords do. And what are you bootlickers going to complain about? Well, she should have followed the rules. She should have followed the rules. What's the point of these rules if they're only meant to destroy poor people and black people and people of color? What's the point of it? You pro-life dipshits. Aren't we supposed to, like, on some basic level, supposed to protect people's lives? Keep them from going homeless? See, you can't take it. You bootlickers, you're rage crying. I feel like there's been all these, look at these clouds in LA. I don't think it's from weather patterns. I think it's from the rage crying, the tears, the absolute anger that overcomes bootlickers and landlords. When you just cannot take the fact that there's thousands of people rent striking right now. So why would you even try and take it up with one person, like take it up with one account or take it up with me, that people are doing that? Because you're so convinced that I'm as vain and selfish as you are that I'll be upset that, oh, if landlords aren't making money, that means I'm going to lose my chance to screw over people to make money. I'm not like that. I'm not doing that kind of time. I don't know what kind of time you're doing where you got time to screw people over. That's not what I'm about. Go lick boots somewhere else. But here's my advice for bootlickers. If you're upset right now, you're rage crying. It could be a diaper rash, so ask your mom to come change your diaper. Ask her to wipe your butt. Shake some baby powder on there. Smack your bottom. Your inverted micro penis, it's probably, you're getting a little upset. It hasn't been tingled lately. Ask her to get her vibrating wand. Put it down there between your legs. Get your inverted micro penis jacked off. Ask mommy to do that for you. You bootlickers. Try and control your mood a little bit so you're not screaming with your bib on at the high chair at the table. Go back in your room, play a little video game that mommy and daddy paid for, and think, well, you can't control it. It has nothing to do with you. You just have to let it go. I know it makes you fucking furious that poor people would dare not to pay rich people just to live, because housing is something you need to live. Put everybody, we have enough housing, we know we can put everybody in housing. Do it for every homeless person except me. I don't care. So that way it's not about me. I'll be fine continuing to live in my car. I've been doing it for going on 17 months now. I can do it for another 16 months if I need to. I don't care. But do it for everyone else. See, it broke your brain. Some of you, like landlords, are so enraged at the idea that someone would just want to make it easier for others to live. You're like, no, that's not right. Fuck you. You're violating my feelings. Well, these facts are difficult things to change, and facts don't care about your feelings. Most precious puppies, you bootlickers and landlords out there. So did you remember the steps I told you? You got to write them down. Have mommy come in, change your diaper, wipe your bottom, put some baby powder on there, give it a nice smack. Get the vibrating wand, put it on your inverted micro penis. Jack your little micro penis off. That way you feel better. Go back to your room after you tossed around your spaghetti in your high chair and made a little spaghetti art on the little countertop that's on your high chair. Go back to, take a bath. Take a nice bath. Ask mommy to drop you in the bath and splash the water over you. Tell you a nice story about the time a landlord got a check from a poor family where both parents worked 2 jobs. And then go have a little nap. Have mommy make you some fresh squeezed milk and have a little nap. Doesn't that sound nice rather than rage crying all the time? It's not good for you. It's not good for your nervous system. Mommy and daddy need their alone time too. They can't be watching you all the time. So you got to take care of yourself. Anyways, rent strikes are happening all over. You can't do anything to stop it. You're helping get more awareness of it, by the way, when you watch this. So thank you for supporting rent strikes, bootlickers and landlords. And check the description if you want to connect to a rent strike. 5 Demands, the website, it's called 5 Demands, and you'll see more information. And you can put in your info if you want to connect to a rent strike in your area, because that's how it works. You can't get it working all by yourself. That doesn't work. You can't just, rent strike yourself and have no demands for it and have no coordination with others. But if you do it with the other tenants who pay your landlord or everybody else in your building, then you have a rent strike. So check 5 Demands, the website, for more info and coordinate with the rent strike in your area. Sorry, bootlickers, you're gonna have to get your rage crying under control.